Welcome back, guys. I'm Variks here, and today we're going to be talking about auto rifles, but more specifically 720 RPM auto rifles. Those are going to be the rapid fire frame auto rifles. Now, if you didn't play last season of Destiny, or maybe you've been living under a rock, but the Gnawing Hunger was a force to reckon with. Shoot, all adaptive frame 600 RPM auto rifles were monsters. But with this season, Bungie made a few changes to the damage output of these 600 RPM auto rifles, giving other auto rifles such as rapid fire frames, aka the bullet hoses, some breathing room. But before we get into the stats and damage numbers, if you want to support the channel, you can do so easily by watching the whole video and clicking that like button. Now, I'm going to be breaking up this video into two sections. If you want to know the full breakdown of 720 RPMs and what makes them monsters in the current sandbox, I would highly suggest you watch the first half of this video. But if you want the breakdown of the auto rifle I was using in the opening clips, you can jump to that portion of the video and I'll be breaking down my thoughts on that auto rifle. Now, with rapid fire frame auto rifles, you have several reasons to use this gun. For starters, these auto rifles have the best optimal time to kill, with an optimal TTK 0.77, requiring only 9 critical shots and 1 body shot, which can be easily done with this weapon. But how does this fare compared to weapons such as the Summoner and the Gnawing Hunger? When it comes to adaptive frame auto rifles and rapid frame auto rifles, there isn't much of a difference between their optimal time to kill. With adaptive frame auto rifles, you're having an optimal time to kill of 0.80. Compared to the 0.77, the difference is minimal. Well, you're probably wondering, Brave, what gives? Why are rapid fire frames superior? Well, you can't really judge a weapon by its optimal TTK because realistically, you won't always be landing critical shots. So what really puts these rapid fire frames in a league of their own? It's their body shot forgiveness. If you fired all your shots at your enemy's body without landing 1 critical shot, you have yourself a TTK of 1.17, requiring only 15 body shots. Now, compare that to the last season's top dog, the Gnawing Hunger. If you did the same, your body shot TTK comes out to 1.30. That's what makes this gun superior. With rapid fire frame autos, you are not severely punished for landing body shots because your gun still has the best time to kill. Now, this video can't be all good. There has to be a drawback to these auto rifles. There is. It's gonna be in the range department. A lot of these rapid fire frame auto rifles have poor range. They have a poor range stat and they suffer when competing with any other weapon outside the recommended range. This is where we get into the second part of the video. We're gonna be talking about an auto rifle that not only defies the range stat, but is easily farmable in the current season. That auto rifle is gonna be the Arctic Haze. Now, for the second half of this video, we're gonna be talking about the range of this weapon and the best roles you should be farming for. Now let's focus on the rapid fire frames for this season, weapons that won't be sunset in the next upcoming seasons. You only have a handful to pick from. You can either go with the Arctic Haze like we just mentioned, the Reckless Oracle, which requires a raid completion, and the Steel Feather Repeater. Some of you might have that in your vault, which currently has 1 season left under its belt. Now looking at all those 720 RPM auto rifles, each one of them has a base range of 32. Again, low range for 720s. Normally they all have low range. We're gonna get into why this one has more range. Now, if you're looking for a 720 you can take into Trials or Iron Banner, these are your options at the current moment. Again, as we mentioned, Reckless Oracle is your only other option, and that requires a raid completion. And for those of you who aren't raiders, you're probably looking for the easier option, which is going to be the Arctic Haze. For starters, this weapon can be easily farmed from Variks on Europa by picking up a bounty that rewards the weapon. If done properly, you can easily farm this weapon between 5 to 10 minutes. Now let's get into the main important part of this video, which is going to be the range. What if I told you that this auto rifle, with the right perks, can compete with most weapons in the 30-meter range? You'd probably think I'm crazy, right? Here you go. This is my Arctic Haze dealing full damage at 30 meters. Now, what perk is giving this auto rifle so much breathing room? It's simple. It's a combination of accurized rounds, a masterwork of range, and a ranged barrel. This auto rifle can be competitive with other weapons in the current meta. Now, before we get into the perks and what you should be looking for, I would highly recommend you get an Arctic Haze with accurized rounds and potentially a range masterwork. You can kind of get away with any barrel at the moment. For my console players, you might want to go with something like Arrowhead Break. But again, my PC players or a console player who can control the recoil, extended barrel is a great option, or hammer forged rifling. Before I get into the perks I have on my Arctic Haze and why I prefer these perks, let's get into some potential roles you should be aiming for. As I just mentioned, you're going to want something like an extended barrel along with accurized rounds. Now getting into the first perk section, I would highly recommend Killing Wind, which reads final blows grant increased mobility, weapon range, and handling for a short duration. Guys, right then and there, weapon range. Getting a final blow with Killing Wind is going to increase weapon range. So if you still feel like 30 meters is not enough for you, when you have Killing Wind active, you're going to have additional range. Now moving into the final column, Eye of the Storm is probably going to be a solid option since the perk will boost the weapon's accuracy and handling when your health gets in the red. But what about my Arctic Haze? Why do I like mine so much? Currently mine has the perk Outlaw, and the second perk is going to be Unrelenting. Now, as I mentioned previously in this video, the weapon requires about 10 rounds to kill your opponent. This weapon already has a magazine of 50, meaning you could take about 3 to 4 opponents down if you're accurate. Unrelenting will proc after the third kill. Outlaw is going to allow you to get that faster reload speed. Now I'm probably going to get a couple comments of people saying, well, my Gnawing Hunger kills faster when I have kill clip active, which is true, yes. But something I've mentioned in the past is securing the first kill before worrying about the second kill. Having a weapon that's going to do you a solid on the first 1v1 is going to be way better than a weapon with kill clip, making you have to secure the first kill to make you have a better weapon on the second kill. Overall, at first glance, I saw this as another rapid fire frame that was probably going to sit in my vault next to the Valkadyn. But after using it for several days, the optics, the range, this weapon overall can compete. I can assure you that this weapon is always going to have a spot on my character. Using this weapon against other meta weapons didn't bother me at all. I felt like I can easily compete. You can see it in the footage in the background. I didn't have any trouble at all going against the Ace of Spades, going against high impact hand cannons, going against pulse rifles. This weapon stood a chance. Remember that you can currently farm this weapon easily, so don't sleep on it. With that, thank you so much for stopping by and giving me some time out of your day. Remember, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the content, you can consider subscribing. It's free, and if you want, click the bell icon. You can get notified when all my videos go live. Remember that I stream over on Twitch, and if you want to hang out and chat with me, you can find the link down below in the description. With that, enjoy your day, and I'll see you in the next video.